Mobile gaming is just getting bigger every day in scale, and if you prefer it, there is more than just Clash of Clans or Candy Crush, even though there's nothing wrong with them. I'm talking scale like your phones couldn't even possibly process the thing. And for that, we've got over here today the most graphically demanding mobile games released within 2023. Coming from the same developers of Marvel Snap, with over 100,000 downloads for only a month, this is the long-awaited Dragonheir, Silent Gods, what is described by Newverse as an online fantasy multiplayer RPG set in this world inspired by Diablo, as you can see, but it's a turn-based strategy in nature, as opposed to an action. Here's how it works. It looks, new trailer actually. This game is about 4 GB in size, playable online of course, and rated at 4.8 out of 5. Now look guys, coming up behind that, available in Korean, but coming over in about a month in English, although you can play it right now globally anywhere, we've got over here Close's RT, New Order. This is technically an action RPG, or a hack and slasher, you could say, but not really because it's an auto battler where you mostly control the character skills mid-fight in a turn-based style, all while going through a lot of cutscenes and conversations to figure out a pretty good story. This game is playable only online. Since only 2 days ago, it's downloaded almost 500,000 times. Takes down about 5 GB in size also. Division Resurgence went online, it's done with the beta phases around last week, and ever since it's getting a massive amount of positive acclaim. I've said it before, it's mainly because of offering some of the best graphics and atmospheres out of the mobile gaming scene. But the thing is, you still need to pre-register the game on the Play Store. It's actually like 10 GB in size at the least. It's playable online, and this is legit in-game footage. Guys, Division Resurgence has been in development for over 3 years. Available in Japanese since December last year, now available globally, however still in Japanese, although coming out by the end of the month in English we hear, if not the next one. We've got over here Archland. This is a massive project coming from the same developers of Language and Mobile, with maybe some of the most advanced graphics ever. It's a turn-based Japanese RPG gacha game, playable online, and it's around 7 GB in size. That's it, it's actually coming to PCs and Switch with crossplay support too later. Announced a few months ago, and ever since this is actually the most talked about anime action RPG out of the mobile gaming scene, so in case you missed it, we've got over here Snowbreak Containment Zone. Snowbreak, although available in its pre-registration state, first off, is the anime-based science fiction RPG third-person shooter that went on to receive its App Store release since last week. This is how it looks. This game's playable online, takes you down about 7 GB of storage. Once Human, however, which was announced almost a year ago, is ever since one of the most anticipated survival games of this year, mainly because of just how it really looks. It's a squad-based, in case you missed it, third-person survival horror shooter with boss fights and some really unreal graphics that don't even really make sense on mobiles if they were to look exactly like this, if we're being realistic. However, this game's actually a thing. It's said to be coming out in about a month or two, although it's available to pre-register it right now and ready in a beta. Number 7, we've got over here the one and only Black Clover Mobile. Vic Game Studios' probably most positively acclaimed turn-based semi-open world style RPG. The game is now finally available in English on the Google and the App Store globally. And I repeat, it's not an open world game, but a story-based, more like adventure role-playing game. Black Clover Mobile is of course an online game. It's been in the works for over 2 years, and it takes you down about 3 GB tops. Aita Gazer has been around for a couple of months now, but a couple of weeks ago, we want to receive the English version of the thing on both platforms for Western regions. It's a RPG hack and slasher, semi-open world actually, Souls-like, about some future version of this Earth where people's been uploading their subconscious into AI. Premise alone itself was actually considered as the most advanced story of the month, and actually the number 3 most downloaded free-to-play role-playing game of the month too. Check it out, it's about 7 gigabytes in size. Number 9, from the same folks who came up with the other 4 previous games. From a month ago, we've got up here Endless Nightmare 5. Curse. It's a horror action first-person adventure in nature. I think I'll say this with confidence. It's actually one of the best games ever. This controls are smooth, it's got a nice plot, it's quite rich in story, and the character dialogues are amazing. Not to mention the jump scares. Endless Nightmare 5 is about 500 megabytes in size, which is technically the smallest game in the list in scale, but not much graphically and gameplay-wise. Number 10, as the first work of its developers, we've got over here PlayPark StreetBallers. This is a freestyle basketball 3 vs 3 party-based action game that was sitting on the Play Store through pre-registration stay for months and now finally out for a week, offering more just customization options, refined gameplay, more stages, and mods. Check it out, this game is playable only online, takes down about 3 gigabytes in size, and this is legit how it really looks. Number 13, quick honorable mention over here since the game is in Chinese only, albeit from the same developers of Nier Reincarnation. We've got over here since a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, a game called Era of Aita. This is an anime action semi-open world shooter, kind of like in the same vein of Zone of the Enders. And the upcoming game Thrud. Era of Aita is a very fast-paced game in nature, quite gorgeous, and it's actually free all the way. Storage-wise, it takes you down about 3 gigabytes as well. Number 12, a very honorable mention over here. This is Devil May Cry Peak of Combat. This game is available on the Google and the App Store in English finally for almost 2 months now, and on the App Store just a few days ago. However, it's only in its pre-registration set on the App Store, but if you missed it, Peak of Combat here is a free-to-play hack and slasher that lets you experience a brand new story with adjusted gameplay, new mechanics. It also brings you the familiar faces of Devil May Cry franchise with new ones. Got roguelike elements, team gameplay, PvP battles, and more. This game is about 7 gigabytes in size, is playable online, and has a 4.5 out of 5.
So what are you afraid of? Those feelings are...
With over 1 million downloads since only 2 months ago, this is the most anticipated racing game of 2023 in mobile gaming. You all know probably we've got Ace Racers, available on both platforms with a 4.7 out of 5, playable online and taking you down about 2 gigabytes in storage. Ace Racers gotta be one of the most generous and gorgeous racing games in customizations. The gameplay is fast-paced as hell, it's free, and has a ton of cars to unlock with only in-app purchases. Hands down, the best action racer that I personally ever played.
Although the various infected look different, you will find one thing in common: orange crystal in their body.
And last but not least, what y'all might just want to keep in mind, Undawn was officially released about 4 days ago, and ever since it's received with many mixed reviews, specifically for the PC version. On mobile devices, however, it's a fine game to be honest. The graphics at least are insane, and it offers some of the best open world survival RPGs on the platform. Games about 8 gigabytes in size, they're quite bug-free for mobile, and super demanding in hardware, but of course manageable.